How's it going, everybody? Standard opening statement, isn't it? How's it going, everybody? All right, y'all already know that by now. If you've been here for eons, how many people are actually here for eons? Well, it might be the same people that give me 3 views, 5 views, 9 views, 5 views, 7 views, 7 views, 4 views, 9 views, 8 views, 8 views, 3 views, 6 views, 8 views, 7 views, 5 views. What do you think? Oh, and then keep going. 3 views, 6 views, 4 views, 11. So yeah, I had to get that three in there. That's how low it is. I mean, and you just wonder, like, what is it that gives it such variety and yet very small numbers? Because there's 179 people subscribed. Let's just say 50 of them don't even have an app that lets them know they're getting a notification anymore. Like at one time they did, they're subscribed to me. Are they seeing it pop up every single day? Are they still following me and watching every notification pop? Or is it just AI? AI wouldn't do that to me, would it? That I really have like 22 subscribers? It could. So who knows? And who cares? All right. Anyway, he said unto them, per yesterday's study, again, if you're new, you need to go to the playlist of the channel and start a playlist from the beginning. You want to start Daniel? All Daniel and Revelation end time studies. We're right now, we're in our Daniel 15th study of Daniel, as we, right before that, completed the 14th Revelation study. We do end times here, but it's always after the New Testament study. So Mark began 29 videos ago, Daniel 27 videos ago. So when we began Mark, we were at the tail end of Revelation. All right, so anyway, make sure you're watching these from the playlist. And he said to them, how is it that ye don't understand? And he cometh to Bethsaida, and they bring a blind man unto him and besought him to touch him. And he took the blind man by the hand and led him out of the town. And when he had spit on his eyes and upon him, he asked him if he saw aught. He looked up and said, I see. I see men as trees walking. After that, he put his hands again upon his eyes and made him look up, and he was restored and saw every man clearly. And he sent him away to his house, saying, neither go into the town nor tell anybody in the town. And Jesus went out and his disciples into the towns of Caesarea. Hang on just a quick second. Just making sure, because this was almost verbatim of a previous healing he did in this gospel. Okay, anyway, y'all probably remember. Into the towns of Caesarea Philippi. And by the way, he asked the disciples, saying unto them, whom do men say that I am? And they answered and said, some say you're John the Baptist, some say you're Elias, others say you're like, a prophet. You're one of the prophets. We're hearing all kinds of stuff. And he saith unto them, but who do you say that I am? And Peter answered and said unto him, thou art the Christ. And he charged them that they should tell no man of him. In other words, don't tell people I'm the Christ. Don't tell people I'm the Messiah. And he began to teach them that the Son of Man must suffer many things and be rejected of the elders, the scribes and Pharisees. He had to be rejected by them and the chief priest and the scribes and be killed. And after 3 days, rise again. And we will, good Lord willing, continue the rest tomorrow. Now let's move on to Daniel, when we're in chapter 7, verses 3 through 9. I can talk. And four great beasts came up out of the sea, diverse from one another. And the first was like a lion, and had eagle's wings, and I beheld till the wings thereof were plucked and lifted up from the earth, and made to stand up as the feet of a man, and a man's heart was given unto it. And behold, another beast, a second, was like a bear, and raised it up unto itself, and it had three ribs in its mouth, and of it between the teeth of it, that they said thus unto it, Arise and devour much flesh. After this, now this is going to be a very troubling. This is your mystery Babylonian kingdoms. After this, I beheld, and lo, like another unto the leopard, because they've always run the earth, like a leopard, and unto the back of it had four wings of a fowl. The beast had also four heads, and dominion was given to it. After this, I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible and strong and exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. This is your it's basically your Roman Empire moving into this is why it's let me see, it was gold, silver, brass, and iron. Daniel chapter 2, King James Version, Bible Gateway. So Daniel 7, Daniel 2, and Daniel starts breaking these down. And so, King, you're the great image. And let's go back. Build any wisdoms. So you're the great image. So it was gold. That was Babylon. Silver, the Medes and the Persians. Brass, that was the Grecian Empire, and the iron is the Roman Empire. That's what I was thinking. So this is your Roman Empire. The iron teeth of it devoured and break into pieces. And that's when you're getting into your from the Roman Empire onward, and of course from there, that's the one we're in today. And you just have to see my Daniel second study. You just have to, hopefully, again, you're watching the playlist from the beginning. But what the Daniel 2 study goes into the mark of the beast in verses 41 through 43, where it talks about mingling themselves with the seed of man because they will be possessing the human body. You're never taught the truth. You've never been told ever in your life, except here, that the mark of the beast is simply total human body possession. That's all it is. That's all it is. God seals his on their forehead also in Revelation. That's a spiritual seal. Does a physical mark come up? I would bet you yes. We know in The Exorcist, physical marks started coming up on her body. And she was dying. And in the movie Venom, the human host was dying. That's a long story. We get to it anyway in there, but that's why they do not cleave to one another. The human host does die off. Iron does not mix with clay. The fallen angels take over the human body. That's why those that take the mark get torment day and night forever and ever. Ever. Hell is not eternal torment. Hell means the grave. Eternal torment is only for the fallen angels. It's only mentioned about the beast, false prophet, and Satan, and those that take the mark. Humans get a second death. Flame comes down, Revelation 20, verse 9, and devours them. They're dead again. And then they are referred to as dead when they are judged. And then their dead bodies are thrown into the lake of fire as like a cleansing cremation process. Been lied to your whole life, haven't you? Yes. It's okay. Now you're here. Glad you're here. So then I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it, and it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. So Babylon, Mede and Persian, Grecian Empire, which that's why they were speaking Greek in the days of Jesus. It was the language. That's what the New Testament was written in Greek originally. I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn. The little horn is the Antichrist. Jesus said the Antichrist would be here in his own name. And a horn is a trump, and a trump is a horn. Well, I'll be doggone. Are we not waiting on that right eye wound of Zechariah 11:17? Oh, I believe we are. That's married to Revelation 13:3, 13:12, 13:14. I believe we are. Before whom there were three of first horns plucked up by the roots, and behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth speaking great things. Of course, speaking great things today, but what these great things are talking about are the blasphemy that will be taking place at the abomination of desolation. When he's declaring himself to be God. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit. This is God winning. God winning is in this light gold or yellow throughout, because it changes back and forth from Antichrist to God winning, Antichrist, God winning, Antichrist, God, all through chapter 7. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of, and that's from one verse to the next. And I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days, which is God, did sit, whose garment was white as snow. That's why in Hunger Games they call him, the bad guy was called President Snow, because the bad guy in the movies is always God. Good guy, like Batman, Dark Knight, is always the good, the Antichrist in that case is the good guy. The who's a billionaire from New York City that we know? Oh, never mind. Anyway, and the hair of his head were like pure wool, and his throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as a burning fire. I'm glad you're here. I love you very much. Ask questions anytime. That's what I'm here for.